Very good morning, children. Today we are going to learn about different types of the nutritions. You know that nutrition is a process in which we intake the nutrients into the body for the purpose of energy to do our works. So here nutrition is divided into two main types: autotrophic nutrition and heterotrophic nutrition. Heterotrophic nutrition. Autotrophic nutrition means in this type of nutrition the organisms they take or they prepare their own food with the help of a process called photosynthesis. Best example, all green plants and photosynthetic bacteria. So second type is heterotrophic nutrition, means in this type of nutrition the organisms depends on another organisms for the purpose of food. Best example, all higher animals including human beings. So here heterotrophic nutrition is of mainly 6 types, like 5 types: holozoic nutrition, parasitic nutrition, symbiotic nutrition, saprophytic nutrition, epiphytic nutrition. Here holozoic nutrition, in this type the organisms they intake the solid food materials and then it is digested by the action of different types of the enzymes which are secreted from their bodies, and this digested food is absorbed by the bodies to release the energy. So this type of nutrition is called holozoic nutrition. Solid materials will be taken. Best example, humans, animals and insectivorous plants. Here insectivorous plants are of mainly 4 types. Actually they can perform autotrophic nutrition, but to take the nitrogen content in their bodies for growth development they perform this holozoic nutrition. What is the main purpose of nitrogen? Nitrogen is very helpful for the growth and development of the plants. The soils which does not have nitrogen content, there we can see the insectivorous plants. These are Nepenthes. It is also known as pitcher plant. Drosera. It is also known as sundew plant. Dionia. It is also known as Venus flytrap. Utricularia. It is also known as bladderwort. So the second type of heterotrophic nutrition is parasitic nutrition. In these two different organisms are living together, like parasite and host. Host is the organism which receives the parasite, which provides the food to parasite. Next one, parasite is the organism which depends on other living body. Okay, these two terms are very important in parasitic nutrition. Parasite get benefit, host get lost. So here in parasitic nutrition, these parasites they feed on the living organisms or on their body. Best example, fleas, lice on our head, tapeworms, leeches, and some plants also they possess or they exhibit parasitic nutrition. Those are cuscuta. It is also known as amarbel. It is also known as amarbel. This is about parasitic nutrition. Next one, symbiotic nutrition. In this, two different organisms are living together and two are getting benefit. Symbiose means benefiting each other. Symbiose, by combining they are getting benefits. Best example, lichens. Lichens are the organisms or a association which is formed by the algae and fungi living together. Here algae is green in color, so it performs the photosynthesis. Fungi is colorless body. It gives, it traps or it receives or it supplies the materials for algae. Here algae green in color, no, it prepares food and provides to fungi. Fungi is giving shelter to algae and fungi also providing some raw materials for the photosynthesis. In this way, these two are getting benefit. Next example is Rhizobium bacteria in root nodules of legume plants. Legume plants means best example groundnuts. If you take groundnut plant, pulses family plants are called legume plants here. So here we can say in groundnut root nodules, on the surface of the root we will find some of the ball like structures. These are called nodules. Inside the nodules there will be a presence of Rhizobium bacteria. This bacteria fixes the atmospheric nitrogen into nitrogen salts like nitrites and nitrates and submit to the plant for its growth and development. In return, this plant is providing shelter and food to the Rhizobium bacteria. And fourth type of heterotrophic nutrition is saprophytic nutrition. Means in this the organisms depends on dead and decaying matter. Best example bacteria and fungi. In fungi also the well-known fungi, eatable fungi is mushrooms. Okay, these two are considered as saprophytic nutrition examples. These two are called saprotrophs because they are depending on dead and decaying matter. Whenever the plant is died or whenever the animal is died, the body is broken down into pieces by the action of bacteria and fungi, and we can call them as decomposers. Decomposers. It is completely one word, as there is no space I am writing here. Next one, epiphytic nutrition. Epiphytic nutrition means epi means above, phyton means plant. So one complete on the surface of the one complete plant or tree, some of the small plants will be arise. That is called epiphytic nutrition. Means these epiphytes, they completely trap the food from largest trunks of the plant or trees. Best example fern plants. Here as we came to know some of the animals or some of the organism, we'll discuss about their special studies. Study of algae is called phycology. Study of fungi is called mycology. Study of lichen is called lichenology. Study of bacteria is called bacteriology. Study of plants is called botany. Animals is called zoology. Study of human race is called anthropology. Study of worms is called helminthology. Helminthology means worms. Study of parasites is called parasitology. Study of insects is called entomology. So children, up to here I am stopping. Stay home and prepare well for the exam. From this topic, those who are preparing for competitive exams, definitely you will get 1 or 2 bits. Thank you.